City's title challenge. His goal has fired Arsenal back into third. Mikel Arteta is with Jeff Shreves.
Well done, Mikel. A late winner. Just how dramatic was that?
Yeah, it was a tough game, to be honest. I think we were the better team overall the game, and we had the most chances. But it was always tough against a team like Man City. When you're not scoring, it's always difficult. But we scored at the end, and for us, it's a massive game. This.
You say you had the better of the chances. You hit the post. You hit one of your own players. There was a scramble on the line. Did you think it's just going to be one of those days?
It's always difficult when you play a team like Man City. You're not going to get 10 chances. When you have 3 or 4, you have to take them because they've got the quality up front to create trouble to you. So today we did it at the end, and I'm so happy.
What was in your mind when you received the ball?
As soon as I saw the space and the centre half, they weren't coming up to me, I said, I have to strike it, and it went right in the net.
In terms of Champions League qualification, what does that result mean?
Well, it was so important. Chelsea won yesterday, Newcastle have been very consistent in the last few games as well, and Tottenham is still there, so it's going to be a big fight from here till the end of the season. But we knew that today was one of the most difficult ones we had till the end.
Because of what was up for grabs today, do you think it was quite a nervy game in some ways for both sides?
It was, because it was a lot to play. For them it was massive, because now it's going to be really tough for them to catch with Man United. And for us, because if we lose today, we had two teams 2 points behind them, and there's still 6 games to go. So we are so happy today.
You've got your own job to do, but that's them now 8 points behind Manchester United. Do you think the title is going to Old Trafford once again?
I don't know, it looks like it, but you never know in football. And they have to still play against each other. So you never know, it's going to be tough till the end.
OK, well done to a smashing goal. You're the Barclays man of the match. Congratulations, Mikel.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Jamie, a smashing goal and a crucial goal
Good
as well. Title race and for Arsenal.
Absolutely. I think Arteta deserved a lot of praise, to be honest. When they signed him, I wasn't quite sure. I thought maybe he'd seen his better days when he was at Everton, but he has had a really good season. The longer it's gone on, he's improved. But I must admit, I think it would have been a travesty if Arsenal had won that game. I thought they were different class. They wanted it more. There was no competition all around the pitch. They won every second ball, every single battle in the game, and Arsenal were a better side. Simple as that.
Looked like it wasn't going to come though. They left it late.
Right. Yeah, they'd had a couple of chances. Obviously, they cleared their own one off the line in the first half. Van Persie hit the post. There was a bit of frustration beginning to creep in, and yet they just found a little bit of magic. And rightly say, I mean, Arteta has put a great strike in there. But I just felt Man City, and Gary mentioned it in comment, they were just getting a little bit tired. Look, there's a ball. It's a bit ragged, a bit loose. It doesn't quite control it. Arsenal were the snappiest. They were the first to things all day. He wanted it badly, and he put a great strike in.
Great strike. It's a little bit like Scholes'. A little bit like Paul Scholes' earlier on. Gets out of his feet, hits it, nice little bit of dip in front of Joe Hart. I think if you can see it here, Joleon Lescott, I think he just sees it late, Joe Hart, because as it goes past him there, it actually
I don't even blame
his view a little bit, but a great strike.
Yeah, it was
really
a great strike, and I think to me that showed the game really. It typified the game because Arsenal wanted it. I'm not saying they wanted it a little bit more, but they seemed hungrier. They seemed, there was a tenacity in their game that City lacked. Certainly, the first 45 minutes, City didn't come to the table at all. I thought they started okay second half. They had a 15-20 minute spell. We thought this is going to be better. Now they need a goal, but then Arsenal got themselves back in.
But it's difficult. You had a lot of passion to that. I said it before. When you're trying to defend, you look at people, like Gareth Barry in there that are trying to do it. Pizarro was trying to work hard, but they were carrying people like Aguero, Balotelli. They weren't, every time they didn't have the ball, there was no intent. They were trying to get the ball back. Nasri, the same. When you're playing away from home, you look at Manchester United, the way that they defend, it's to a man. And I looked at Manchester City today, and it looked like they'd almost given up on the title today. And that is so disappointing. And you could see that Balotelli, every time something happened with him, you could see the players look at him and think, why is he still on the pitch? Half time, I said it, he had to make a substitution, had to take him off. And I think that in the end, that could be Mancini's downfall, because he's completely blinded by him. Because at the moment, he's derailing everything that's good about Manchester City.
He's going to make the headlines again.
Well, he'll make headlines again. I think we've been very critical today of Balotelli, and because the stakes were so high today, there was a time in the second half when I thought, right, he's going to come in the game. He had an overhead kick from 5 yards. If he makes contact with it, he's the hero. And it's those fine lines in general, in normal circumstance, that you'd see why he persists with Balotelli. But we saw too much of the wrong stuff today,
You're asking him to track back, you're asking him to do a job, he's playing on the left-hand side.
Look,
there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Players getting frustrated with him, and he will divide the dressing room. That is a red card. And the problem you're going to have now is he's been sent off against Liverpool. He's been sent off, the Spurs game retrospectively, so he could miss 4 or 5 games now. So he might not see him again this season, Ed. And that's the problem for him.
I think Man City have had a hard enough day without a couple of ex-players trying to get him in front of the panel to get more games. I'd imagine it won't go to that. I think the referee probably saw it and didn't.
We're not trying to get him banned. It's just the facts, though, now, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, when you do a tackle like that, that's as bad a tackle as you could see.
Yeah,
you deserve.
I agree with that.
Just kicking the ball away after the goal.
Because he doesn't
and this is the one.
understand.
This sums it up. I mean, the guy, in terms of professionalism, he has issues, and they're, to me, perfect. I mean, okay, you're fed up because you've conceded a goal, but your team are trying to win the league still. You've got to show professionalism. You've got to think your next game, and it was a reckless challenge. And he turns up and says, I did nothing, I shouldn't be sent off. That's the bit that worries me. I think he should have got up and walked off.
What will it be like for his teammates when you got
He'll divide the dressing room, because I'm sure the players will look at Balotelli rules and rules for everybody else. Look at Joe Hart, stupid. He knows exactly what he's done there. I mean, that is pure frustration.
He's just been sent off, and that's Joe Hart.
And he knows, because he said he probably thinks, why didn't he take him off at half-time? Like, we all sat here. And as I said, that is what is Mancini's downfall, really. Because it was so obvious he'd been booked, he was already on the edge. Listen, we don't want a game of saints. It's not a case of everybody should be the same, but with players like him, you have to know how to manage them.
This is Mancini telling him to get
and
off the field.
unfortunately, it is impossible. Because this guy thinks it's all about him, and it's not. It's about Manchester City Football Club, it's about the team, it's about all the players that they have, and respecting the club shirt that you wear. And unfortunately, he hasn't got respect for anybody. He thinks he's cracked it, he thinks he's already the main man, and he's not. The way that he conducts himself, you would think he's Messi or Ronaldo, and he's not at the moment. And he's got a long way to go in my eyes.
Yeah, and if we look, Jamie, at the last sort of 6 weeks, 8 weeks, when the going gets tough, when you've got to try and win your first championship, that's when you need your teamwork to come out in spades as opposed to the way it was before. You've got to go for that extra little bit. And what did we see from Man City? Problems with Balotelli, agitation amongst the team. United, on the other hand, were just going as professional, raising it all the time.
Sir Alex would have loved all that. He must think it's hilarious.
And he'll love the fact that United are 8 points clear. When we return on Super Sunday, we'll continue to get all the reaction from here at the Emirates on a day when it all went wrong for Manchester City and Roberto Mancini.
The Scottish Cup semi-finals on Sky Sports, live from Hampden Park.
Semi-finals, here they come!
Aberdeen take on Hibernian. Then, Celtic, still on course for a domestic league and cup double.
Scott Brown seals it for Celtic.
Face Hearts.
Skitchell!
The William Hill Scottish Cup, next weekend, live, Sky Sports 1.
New Bulmers number 17 with crushed red berries and lime rewards people who are up for new experiences.
Excuse me, my friend's band, they're playing in about an hour around the corner.
Guys, are you guys